Okay, why don't we get going? Good to see all of you. My name is Eric Snyder. I'm the executive director of the Jett Foundation. Wanted to welcome and thank everyone for joining our call. Today, we're going to be talking about the Jett Foundation and how we can support you or your family or programs and services that we offer. But before that, before we dive into our programs, I'd love to take a second to have my talented staff introduce themselves, their role, how long they've been working for Jett before we get going. Why don't we start with Danielle?
Hi, everyone. My name is Danielle Edwards. For those of you who don't know me, usually I would see you at a family workshop or a Jett Ride Finish Line or a Jett Giving Fund van delivery. But this year I've just been able to watch you guys virtually, which has been really cool. I've been a part of Jett Foundation for over 4 years now and really look forward to fighting Duchenne this year with all of you.
Thanks, Danielle. Gabby?
Hi, everyone. I'm Gabby Costa. I'm the Marketing Communications Director here at Jett Foundation. I've been with Jett for about 3.5 years now. It's been a strange year for sure, but it's been awesome being able to help tell your stories and tell the stories of our programs during our virtual world.
Thanks, Gabby. Maura?
Hi, everybody. I'm Mara Carroll. I'm the Development Officer here at Jett Foundation. I've been here for 11 years. It's certainly been a different year than we've had in a long time, but I love seeing all of you. So grateful to be on this call with you all and look forward to today.
Awesome. Caitlin?
Hi, everyone. I'm Caitlin. I think I've met some of you before, but for those I haven't, it's nice to see you guys. I'm the development coordinator here at Jett. I've been here almost 2 years. It'll be 2 years in the spring. A lot of what I do is gift processing and sort of back end, but I get to see a lot of you at like family workshops or fundraisers. Hopefully we'll be back in person again soon.
Thank you, Caitlin. Shannon?
Unmute. I'm Shannon. I'm the Program Development Director for CAMP. I have the greatest job. I get to hang out with all of the amazing young men and women we serve at Camp Promise. It is truly a fantastic position. I've been here about 4 years and I'm just looking forward to a really, really great year.
Thank you, Megan.
Hello, I am Megan Houston. I work alongside Shannon with the CAMP program, I'm the assistant director. I have volunteered with the program for a little over 11 years, and I started working with Jett Foundation. This is my little into 2 years, or a little over 2 years. And I have been on these virtual meetings with a lot of campers, waving lots of glow sticks and having lots of dance parties. So looking forward to continuing that in these kind of meetings.
And last but not least, Kelly.
Hi all, I'm Kelly. I handle the finances for Jett Foundation. I don't get as much exposure to you all in person, but I enjoy learning from all my teammates, all about the families. I primarily work one-on-one with Eric, handling the budget and our daily flows in and out, work with the board and a lot of the back end stuff. I do enjoy, though, specifically being able to write checks for vans and other needs that is like really fulfilling. So I hope this is a really positive year, better than last year for all the families.
Thank you. Just this team, although may present in numbers on the smaller side, they are incredible for the amount of work and program delivery that we do on a day in and day out basis to serve the community of Duchenne. I'd be remiss not to mention we have 2 board members on the call as well. Ahmad, if you want to give a wave, and Leo, if he comes off of his silent or his hidden look, you'll see Leo. But thank you both for joining the call, and appreciate everything that you do to help lead and guide the foundation year in and year out. A little bit about me. I would have hoped by now to have met most of you, or some of you at least, in person this past year through attending a workshop, delivering a van, or attending one of our amazing camps. But as you know, it's just been a crazy year. I joined the team about a year ago, and if you can imagine, a month and a half into the new endeavor, COVID hit and the world sort of changed very dramatically. But previous to Jett Foundation, I spent the last 13 years at a regional YMCA, where the last position or title I held was the Chief Operating Officer. And one might ask, how do you get from the health and wellness sort of club management or nonprofit club management to Jett Foundation, rare disease advocacy? And there were a few key characteristics that I was looking at as I started to look at other potential opportunities. And one of which was I wanted to work and continue to work for a nonprofit. That was a really critical piece for me. I had been previous jobs in the for-profit realm, did well there, but just really felt that the nonprofit space was one that resonated with me. Very second to that was I really had to believe in the mission of the nonprofit. There's a lot of nonprofits out there that I just wouldn't be attracted to. Jett Foundation had such a good reputation and strong, what I felt was leadership and opportunity to move. And it became quickly interesting to me. I was looking for a leadership role within an organization that also wanted to grow. And that sort of hit my three key, must-haves before I would even think about a potential move. A little bit behind the scenes, personally, there was an X factor that played into this for me personally with my family. About a year before I even looked at maybe what another career might look like, my mom had a mild heart attack, which resulted in surgery, a stent put in, and went great. Surgery went great. She rebounded from that surgery real well, but very soon thereafter, there was a significant change in her physical abilities, and we couldn't put our finger on it. We went to numerous doctor's appointments, specialists from New York all the way to Massachusetts, where ultimately she had been diagnosed with ALS. And as I was going through this process and, looking at a potential new opportunity, I couldn't help but think that fate kind of crossed paths with me. And I understood what rare disease intimately does to the family, the individual, the greater family, friends, the community. Watching my mom, begin to drag a leg, eventually falling, slurring, and things of that sort. So I knew at that point that this was a job that I really had to put my efforts in trying to obtain, and went through that process, and here I am. And I feel as if I certainly can go out to the greater community and tell a story and have some relatable information. So slide 2, Gabby. So 2021, a huge year for our foundation. It's a milestone. We're going to be 20 years or 2 decades into serving families affected by Duchenne muscular dystrophy. It's just outstanding. The business was founded by Christine McSherry. I know many of you know. If you don't, that's surprising to me. She's just a force in this space. The journey began in her house, where a small group of individuals embarked on a goal to find a cure for Duchenne muscular dystrophy, and ultimately to find a cure for her son, Jett. Over the years, the business continued to grow and flourish. More programs were adapted along the way. And this remains the case today. Jett Foundation continues to evolve, fulfilling needs, not just for the individual, but for the whole family. The mission, it's been very clear to extend and enrich the lives of individuals affected by Duchenne muscular dystrophy. And I think our tipping point and what is really critical is that we have a place for every person in that family. We have programs and services and support for every individual that's going through this journey. And it's incredible work. Our pillars, next slide. Gabby. So we have a way to describe what we do. We have 4 pillars of impact. We have community and education. We have family guidance and support, independence and empowerment, and advocacy and research. Now you can imagine life in 2020. What a challenging year for not only our organization, but businesses throughout the world. But it's been both a challenge for us and I would say a blessing in the same sentence. COVID had created immediate and forced change, which doesn't happen very often in business. Pre-COVID, our programs were on the ground and in communities. All of a sudden COVID hits and we're saying we can no longer be around people in masses. As we all know, we've been living day in and day out. So we needed to figure out a way to continue to support the community in a meaningful and relevant way through a virtual platform. And I'm pleased to say that we were able to reach more individuals throughout this time. You know, COVID has permanently changed the trajectory of how we will interact and support the community moving forward. We will be a hybrid of the past and a hybrid of the present. And we'll do on ground and virtual moving forward. It's just going to take a little bit of time, as we know, for things to kind of come out of that end of the tunnel. So our first pillar, community and education. We did these through workshops in communities all around the United States for many years. We had to replace that with a webinar series and make them small little snippets of key topics that we felt were important to share in the community, as well as find out what the community wanted to hear about or learn about, and then provide an avenue for that to happen. This was incredibly successful for us, and I think for individuals, because no longer did a family have to travel to potentially join a workshop or be involved. They could do it on their own time. And one of the best outcomes that we've had out of our webinar series is that you can access all of that information on our website because we record every single one of them. So if you don't have time during the day, you're busy taking care of or working or both, whenever you can find a bit of time to sit back and relax, you can learn on your own time. So it's been a great evolution of how we present ourselves. Some of the topics that we'll be looking at this year moving forward, we'll be talking about our industry partners in pharma and drug development and where things are at in clinical trials. We'll be seeking out Duchenne experts on care and best practices, as well as talking to parents and bringing panels of people together to talk about relevant topics. So we want you to make sure you continue to look at our website, look at our program offerings. We have a calendar available for you to kind of plan ahead. And we also, if planning is just not in the cards, you can look online and all of this will be recorded for you at your own time. Under family guidance and support, we have a wonderful program. We have a few ambassadors on the call, but we have over 20 individuals or ambassadors covering 26 states to help us spread awareness about our great programs and services, as well as lend information and insights to our foundation of possible needs so that we can continue to evolve our program to support. As they say, many hands make light work. And if you're looking to get involved and you want to help support the foundation by simply being an advocate, we would love that. And we want you to look us up, ask, inquire. There's so many ways for you to get involved. Along that is support groups. One of the, I think, more unique programs that we offer, we have a moms and dads support group, Porch Nights and Cheers and Beers, respectively. And this is a national caregiver support program. It's offered this coming year, twice a month for moms or dads to get involved. And the topics range from different things that come up, but more importantly, this is a place for parents to talk to parents no matter where they're at in their journey, because there's going to be somebody on the call that has gone through it before. Share information, share the stressors, share great vibes about things that are working or not working. And certainly, we're there to support those individuals with programs, and it gives us a voice to the community as well. So our ambassador program is incredibly important, and has been amazing evolution over the past few years. Independence and empowerment, to other terrific programs, our Camp Promise and retreats. These are overnight camps. We have them in Washington, Colorado, New Jersey, and most recently are adding on retreats, Arizona and Ohio. Now, COVID hit and we weren't able to run on the ground traditional overnight camps, but we provided what I believe is just a amazing program offering for families during this time. Now, these camps, they build independence, confidence, life skills through traditional camp activities by bringing campers together. They're able to share their experiences through adaptation, technology, creativity. But because of COVID, we did a camp in a box, and we provided a week's long worth of program for our original camps, where each camper got a box and they had something to do, something to see, and something to participate in every day for a week. Our incredible team of Megan and Shannon, we're online all day long with these individuals. But what came out of this was such a positive. We started a little bit before camp season and a little bit after, and now it's going year round, where we wanted to keep our community connected. As we know, isolation is one of the more prominent things that are happening, not only for our boys, but for most families out there. And Camp Promise Connect, our team was able to provide hangouts, getting the guys together, opportunities to come together, have dances, magic shows, learn about nature. And it's been super successful. So we're going to be continuing that on this, moving forward. And I would see that as, again, a hybrid of on the ground, as well as the virtual, keeping this community connected so that these boys can continue to friend raise and enjoy each other's company. Certainly, that calendar is also available on both the Jett Foundation program calendar as well as our Camp Promise website. So a terrific program, incredibly successful. The Jett Giving Fund also lands under this pillar. This program, the financial strain on families, it's just incredible. And as a result, in 2017, we launched this program. And as I spoke earlier, we're evolving, so we're evolving as we believe that there's need out there. And COVID has certainly thrown an interesting, turn to a lot of organizations, a lot of businesses, a lot of families. People are in need. We've decided to branch out that program underneath the Jett Giving Fund. There's going to be a vehicle fund, which is the traditional. We partner with families to raise funds, and we help deliver vans, and incredibly important tool for families and our boys to be independent, to go and make it easier to get to medical appointments, school appointments, whatever it may be. We're in open enrollment right now. So if you aren't aware or you need assistance, or somebody that does, please guide them to our website under our Jett Giving Fund page. We are taking applications, so we'll take those up through March 1st. And we will be making decisions and letting people know on the 17th of March. So want to let you know that that's open. Most recently, we launched an emergency fund, and this fund will help families that have immediate need, whether it's paying rent or a mortgage, they can't keep the lights on, so electricity bills, gas bills, or anything that falls into food insecurity. Those are the three key ones, but also, you know, if there's other things that pop up, not only is this a result of a response to COVID, this is just reality. Families are faced with emergency needs day in and day out, years to come. So this is a fund that we will continue to offer beyond the years of COVID and on into the future. So we're really excited about that. Coming in the summer, we'll be launching our medical equipment fund. So wheelchairs, stair lifts, etc. Again, items that are not necessarily covered by insurance, but people need help to get the necessary equipment to help life become a little easier, whether it's around the house or getting externally away from the house. In the fall, we also launched our last two arms of the Jett Giving Fund, which will be travel and accommodations, families that need to travel too far to get to a clinical trial and need support and help with accommodations, flights, and things of that sort. In education, as we know, at-home schooling is not easy, and there may be technology that families might need because their laptop doesn't work anymore, they don't have a functioning tablet or whatever that might be. We want to be there and we want to be able to help. So lastly, advocacy and research. We have a Duchenne Biotechnology Council, and this is a group of industry partners in the Duchenne space that come together in a collaborative way to try to solve some of the major barriers that face drug development, as well as any other trending large items in Duchenne. So that council will be meeting kind of on a once a quarter basis and identifying a chart of work that we will be addressing in future years. So those are the main sort of programmatic offerings that we have, and sort of the why and how we've moved and changed as life has presented us. Last slide or fourth slide, Gabby. There we go. We have a couple touch points and awareness events throughout the year that we participate in, and we hope that you will as well. We have our Rare Disease Day, and we'll be celebrating on February 26th, and we will celebrate the special day with our community ambassadors, our Duchenne medical professionals, rare disease researchers, and more, sharing stories about how each of those different types of people have persevered through the overwhelming challenges caused by COVID-19. So we invite you to participate. You can go right on our website and sign up. We'd love to see you. The more the merrier. And we do think that the dialogue is going to be fruitful. So we'd love to have you. Beyond that, later in the fall, we have our World Duchenne Awareness Day. Those of you that know us well, we did a week's long worth of activities and programs last year. The date is September 7th this year, and stay tuned. We'll let you know kind of how and what we'll be doing with that event. So and lastly, last slide, there we go. Our Go for Duchenne, we have athletic events that happen throughout the year. This past year was incredibly successful. We did our Unrun for Duchenne, which was basically, let's do anything that we possibly can to be active during a segment of time. Whether it's, we had one of our board members shave his head and raised a good amount of money to a tennis match in a front yard. And we also did our virtual jet ride. And we would love you to stay in touch. If you are not currently subscribe to our newsletter, please do so. If you know somebody that's not getting updated information about our programs and services, please let them know. They just need to sign up. It's a great newsletter that goes out and lets you know what the upcoming events are, slated for. And there's just so much available for you, for every family, every person of the family. And we hope, and my hope today is that maybe you learned a little bit more about what we do, or maybe you're thinking about somebody that you know that is in our community that could use the support. And please know we're there. Our goal is not necessarily to duplicate programs and services that are currently being offered. If we are duplicating, that's okay, but we want to be the best at it. And bigger than that is, if you see need out there, we'd love to know about it, because we'd love to put our heads together and figure out how we might be able to come together and fulfill a program that might satisfy that need. So please feel free to spread our information around as much as possible. Reach out to any one of the staff members that you've seen on this call or that you have email address to. They're all incredible people. We're in it because our heart's in it, and we're in it for the long run. So I'll leave you with that. I hope you found this insightful. Maybe it's something you knew, but I'm glad to see so many faces here supporting the foundation. And I'll leave it open for any questions that you might have that have popped up. This is where you want, we should have the Jeopardy music going on right now, Gabby.
I'm just going to jump in and say, this is Jessica, Javon's mom. I am very appreciative of everybody in the Jett Foundation. It took me a long time to get out of my own way. I spoke with Danielle about this yesterday, to accept the diagnosis. It was a late diagnosis. He was 8. To process it, go through the various stages of grieving, denial, and so on. And once I stumbled upon Jett, it was like the clouds opened, the sky opened up a little bit. There was clouds and sunshine. And you guys just continue to make things better. The educations through you guys. Javon's first camp experience was virtual camp. And he has thrived throughout it. Does he reach back out and connect with the other kids? No, because that's who he is. He's very quiet and humble, low key, but he does take away from it. And I do thank you guys.
Thanks for sharing. Appreciate that.
I have a question, please, Eric. This is Susan. And you mentioned something about the travel. And I'm more interested in traveling for the fun of it. Like, which hotel chains are better equipped to handle our needs with roll-in showers? You know, is there one that's better than the other? I can usually get the attractions down because that's what they do now. But the hotels are the most difficult things to try to figure out.
Susan, that's a great question. I don't have a answer for you right off the top of my head. I'm not sure if Danielle, through your experience with workshops and things of that sort, if you know, but that's definitely something we can look into. Shannon, you guys as well. But I definitely think it's something that we can do a little bit of homework for and provide resources for moving forward for you.
Hey, Susan, this is Danielle. Great question as well. I think those are always some of those questions that we can't seem to always get the answers for because they're all over the place. But I think that's, those questions are great for porch nights, kind of asking moms who has stayed in hotels, or maybe, again, with some of our ambassadors, connecting yourself to some of them in local areas that you might think about traveling to. So if you're looking for Florida, we have some ambassadors in Florida that we can connect you with, and they might be able to point you in better options. But then again, sharing it on porch night too. And I always say this to parents as well. Your question might be another parent's question too. So if you have a question, say it, because someone else is probably thinking it as well. So
right. And I've reached out to your mom because we're looking at Columbus, and it's not because of the hospital there. It's because that's where we have family, and we're trying to get there for the holiday for July 4th this summer. Haven't been there for a few years, but now you need a bathroom with a roll-in shower. He's older, he's bigger. It's not as easy to, do the tub lifts anymore. So, I mean,
Susan, this is Gabby.
Some chains are better than the others. You know what I mean?
Susan, this is Gabby here. I would recommend we do have a Facebook group. I'm not sure if you're in it, the Fighting Duchenne Facebook group. That's a question that you could pose to the community. We have folks from all over the country there. So if you're looking for a specific location, they might be able to give you some good advice.
Awesome. Okay, I'll post that there. I did it on the mom and dads of DMD and didn't really get a whole lot, but I'll try on that page too.
Okay.
Susan, you can ask, like, if there's a hotel that you're interested in, you can request that they give you a virtual tour, like on their phone or their iPad or their whatever. I do it in the nursing home that I work at for families because they can't come in, and they can give you a tour of the facility live and in person.
That's good to know too. Otherwise, because it's Columbus, Ohio, I could be reaching out to 20 different hotels, and that's not exactly what I'm going to try to do. I was trying to be smart about it.
Thanks, Susan. Anybody else?
Susan, can I just suggest too, since you know you want to go to Columbus, check with their tourism bureau or their chamber of commerce, and they might already have that information collected as far as the hotels.
Oh, good thought, Mari.
So, Susan, this is Marisa. I'm a Duchenne mom as well. I just wanted to jump in and tell you that I know Nationwide Children's Hospital also has a concierge, and even though you're not going there for an appointment, you're just visiting the city. Sometimes they're really good about giving you a list of hotels that will fit your needs.
Okay.
And if you just call the hospital, you can ask them. They've been really helpful, I know, to us in the past.
Really? Okay. Didn't even think about that because we weren't going for them.
Yeah.
Well, thank you all for chipping in on that. I think we got some great ideas. Any other questions? I don't want to keep you too long, but I appreciate you all participating and jumping on. Anything? Okay, well, again, thank you so much for taking time out of your day to join us today and learn a little bit about Jett. And some of you know us really well, and some of you maybe learned a little bit more about what we do. And again, if you're not following us on our social media and you haven't liked our Facebook group, please do so, and tell everybody you know to do it as well. The more awareness that we have out there, obviously, as you can see here, we had one question and 5 or 6 options available right off of that question tonight. So we're definitely more powerful together. And I can't thank you again enough for chiming, joining us today. So enjoy the rest of your day, and look forward to talking to you all, hopefully in person in the near future. Bye-bye.
Bye, everyone.
Bye, everyone. Thank you.
Thank you.
Everyone.
Bye.
Good day.
Thank you.
Yeah.